Just a tick under 70,000 packed in here at Nissan Stadium. Not a seat to be had as playoff football and certainly playoff fever have descended upon the Music City of Nashville, Tennessee. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Tennessee Titans. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. From the 10. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Willis now off of play action. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Titans.
Well, this has been a quick strike offense all season long, finding many different ways to manufacture big plays.
They had a big playoff preview today in the papers, and it was about who would set the tone. Well, they just set the tone right there. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2 and now, running right on the option. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Harold Landry drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From just shy of midfield, Willis. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Christian Wilkins. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Tough spot for Willis and the Titans, now facing 3rd and long following the sack. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Now on 4th down, here's Ryan Stonehouse to punt for Tennessee. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Good running right there, and this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
Yeah, the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They go play action with Willis. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Third down, it's Willis.
And he comes back with one complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
He's got it complete. Derrick Henry. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. A shotgun handoff to Henry.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Trap 60, trap 60.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry. A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Titans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively. And, Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more.
And the pressure gets to him again. Miles Jack in there to drop him at sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down. Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Fielded at the 33. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and...
He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Titans. So 20-0 now pending the extra point, and this place is jumping.
Yeah, you can feel it, can't you? You can also see it. You're seeing people in the stands now excited, happy, high-fiving each other, and expecting this score to continue to mount.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now Tua. To Mixon on the check down. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Tua. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Jeffrey Simmons just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 14. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Here we go. Here we go.
Tua on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line.
On the set.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal.
Ready.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
They'll give Henry another shot. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Two things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown.
Malik Willis
keeping it himself from 8 yards out.
And the Titans continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow, and I mean, if they can get points.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Titans are able to add on to their first half lead.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
Sorry.
Down the numbers. There he goes. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 87 yards. And the Dolphins are able to claw one back. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And he converts, and it cuts the lead to 35-7.
Makes the score Titans 35, Dolphins 7. Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago, they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. A gain of 32 that time.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Let's go now.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
18, Pioneer.
Willis will look to throw on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
On the double.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. There he goes, left side. 20, 10, 5. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Joe Mixon, 75 yards. And the Dolphins come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Now, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
An excellent run of 22 yards on the keeper and also a first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory.
18 Rattlers, 18 Rattlers.
This time Willis will throw it. Complete. It's Henry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A big play that time for the Titans. 44 yards.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Cowboy 80.
Trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Second and goal from the 1. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal.
Go street. Mustang 19.
Willis on third and goal. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
Third and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
And his kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
I got to think at this point, third quarter, if you're able to hold on to the ball, get 3 at the end, that's all you're looking for.
I would agree with that because right now, this is a job well done by them. In fact, it's almost time for handshakes, a little dap on the sidelines, maybe even start to discuss post-game plans. And for the guys who haven't played yet, go ahead and get loose. Your time is now.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now it's Mixon running right. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37.
97 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Once again, they run with Mixon. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And some room to maneuver.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Anderson on the jet sweep. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day.
He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Play action. Here's Willis.
Rolling to his right. He's going to fire one. Corner of the end zone.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On the counter, it's Henry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 3rd down, it's Willis.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Here's Willis now off the play fake.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. From 21 yards away.
And the Titans continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
But that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Ready, play.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy Bunting. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Tagovailoa trying again after the pick 6. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Under pressure, they got him again.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
They'll try and run with Mixon. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry.
Taken down at the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, it has been the passing game that's really been responsible for much of the scoring so far. But let's not forget about this running attack. They're pretty good, too, as evidenced right there.
And I think, Brandon, the fact that they've thrown the ball so well contributed to that touchdown, because that was a defense that was really keyed up to cover those receivers. All they wanted to do was blanket them. They didn't have enough men in the box to stop the run, and you saw the end result.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Let's go.
Back to Mixon on second down.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
125 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score.
Ready up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Yellow, line.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
10 cycles. Ready.
Fourth down, fourth quarter. Here's Tua.
Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
19 Lions.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Willis from the gun on third down.
It's complete. He dials up Davis once more. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Again, Willis to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.